Hello, everybody. This is Zim Daily, and yes, today we are here as residents and also our organizations that represent Chitungwiza to talk about service delivery. And yes, of course, this program is brought to you by Nayo Zimbabwe in partnership with Accountability Lab. So, without wasting much of your time, my name is Mashiri, and I will let my guests introduce themselves. Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. My name is Michael Kuveya Mudziviri Rusvidzo. I am from Chitungwiza Residents Association, Chitrest.
Thank you so much for joining us, and you're welcome, sir.
Thank you. My name is Meta Sunday. I'm a resident of Chitungwiza.
Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Titi. Hello, listeners. My name is Nayo. I work as the Programs Manager at Chitungwiza Community Development Network, CCDA.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope everyone who is listening will be able to take some notes. And today we are going to talk about the state of service delivery in Chitungwiza. As you all know that Chitungwiza has no source of water and people rely on Harare. So today we'll be hearing from the residents, and we will hear also from different organizations, including CCDN and also Chitres. So yes, stay in touch, and you can also contact us on our social media platforms as we continue with the discussion. So I think let me start with you, the resident from Chitungwiza. Would want to know the challenges that you are facing, especially in terms of service delivery.
The first challenge that I want to highlight is that you have pointed already about water. In most of our locations, water is available once a week or twice a week. So it's a challenge. People are having to resort to boreholes and are having to resort to wells that they dig by themselves. So we have this challenge of water. I think it's the most common challenge there.
And over to you, Chitrest. I would want to know, as an organization that also works with different people in Chitungwiza in all the 25 wards,
Yes.
what are the challenges that the residents are facing?
The most pivotal challenge that the residents vis-a-vis the council is facing are emanating from them not having had or called in audit to audit their accounts. We cannot know the state of the council's financials without an audit. We have been clamoring as resident representatives that the council must be audited, because from our findings, we are finding out that there are a lot of residents stands that are not paying any rates and that are not paying any rates and the other amenities charges that are due to the council. So with that, the service delivery vis-a-vis the need and the total number of residents, it can never be met. That's why we find most of the challenges that the council are facing in terms of service delivery are emanating from them not having adequate money. And them not having adequate money is caused by them not being accountable to their paymasters who are the residents.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Yes.
And over to you, Mukoma Admire. I know that you also work in Chitungwiza, your organization work in Chitungwiza. What do you think are the challenges that are leading to the increase of poor service delivery in Chitungwiza?
The challenges leading to poor service delivery in Chitungwiza are mainly linked to corruption, mismanagement, embezzlement of funds, and this phenomenon of land balance, which is leading to unplanned urbanization. There's a proliferation of illegal stands everywhere and anywhere, which is turning Chitungwiza from an orderly, planned urban settlement into a disorderly slum. So there's a hidden hand that is protecting the people who are behind this land balance. And this has overloaded all the systems which provide essential services. I'm talking about the road network. It's overloaded because we've built many more houses,
And you spend almost an hour from Chitungwiza to Harare.
Come to here, walls of traffic jams and the like. And also it has overloaded the sewer system, leading to frequent sewer bursts which are unattended or cannot be attended all in time because they are too numerous and turning Chitungwiza into a sanitary hazard, exposing residents to waterborne diseases. Most of all, they've overloaded the water reticulation system. When it was built for around 30,000 residents, but for now, we hear that Chitungwiza has over 1 million residents due to the proliferation of illegal settlements everywhere, anywhere. And these settlements are illegally connecting themselves to the water reticulation system, denying bona fide residents access to water.
Okay, and I think the discussion today is going to be very exciting because we are not going to look at the challenges Chitungwiza is facing politically, because we know that it's either if you belong to MDC or you belong to ZANU-PF, you still face the same challenges. So when Admire was talking about the illegal buildings and stuff where people are having stands, we talk of near St. Mary's police station, we talk of many stands that people had acquired illegally. And then this question now comes to you as Chief Trust.
Yes.
We would want to know, because I know that as Chief Trust, you once went to court representing the residents when the demolition started.
Yes.
So then Admire is saying these are illegal stands, and you as Chief Trust, you are saying people should have access to homes.
Yes.
So what do you think should be done?
Thank you, Tsitsi. The thing with us going to court was that the residents per se will be having the paperwork. Because of land barons, the paperwork will be there. And if a person has the paperwork and has been paying, some of them will be paying per se to the council, but their houses will be illegal. So us as Chief Trust, we thought it is the right of any Zimbabwean to a shelter. So that's why we went to court to try and address the issue of those that were paying, but those that were paying for the rents, yet their houses were deemed to be illegal. Yes.
Then over to you as a resident from Chitungwiza, and you might know someone who was affected by those demolitions, or you are also affected by the poor service delivery that we have in Chitungwiza. And what do you think should be done to make sure that we have good service delivery in Chitungwiza? And as a resident, he and him also mentioned that some of the residents do not pay for these services. People do not pay for water. Do you think there is a reason why vanhu vasingabhadhari mvura?
Thank you, Tsitsi. Kana munhu uchimukira kunochera mvura kuma 4 a.m. every day, mvura ichibuda ka1 pasvondo kana ka1 pa2 weeks, painobuda inenge iri green kana kuti inenge ine ngura, zvinoodza mwoyo wavanhu kuti munhu abhadhare maretsi. Ukabuda panze unosangana nemarara, ujambe paroad panenge pari nesewage ane svondo ichibuda. Saka izvozvo zvinoaffecta morale yevanhu yekuti vaone mapayments avo kucancel. So if these issues can be addressed, people will own up and pay mabills avo. So kune zvinhu zviri kusanganwa nemunhu on a daily basis zviri kumuaffecta zvekuti anoti, what is the reason yekuti ndibhadhare 10 US, what is the reason yekuti ndibhadhare 1000 TGS, mvura yacho handisi kuiona. Mwana wangu akabuda panze apa ndikutomutarisa nekuti anogona kutsika sewage. Vekanzuro vakauya vakachera makoronga vanosiya akadaro. Makoronga iwo anoita mvura, anoita sewage, and then tinenge tichitarisira kuti tibhadhare mari pakadaro. So zvinogona kurerukira ma-residents kana council ikaita own up ikatipa ma-services. I'm sure vanhu havaremerwi nekubhadhara mari dzavo.
This is Zim Daily, and yes, we are here live talking about the challenges people in Chitungwiza are facing in terms of service delivery. We want to know more, and you can always contact us. And of course, we have people who are here asking some questions. And the central government should restore executive powers to the mayors so that they run cities on themselves, because there is too much sabotage from ZANU-PF to the MDC. I think when we come back after this short break, we will definitely talk about this. And yes, we are right here back, and my name is Tsitsimashik. Like I said before, that today we are talking about the state of service delivery in Chitungwiza. And yes, we have representative from Chitungwiza. We have two organizations, CCD and Chitrest, and of course a resident from Chitungwiza. So yes, of course, we are talking about these challenges. When we would want to know, we are not just talking about these challenges, but we also need to know the solutions so that Chitungwiza can be a better place. So maybe coming back again to you, Mukoma Admire, I would want to know also, because we understand that it's not about the water problems that people have in Chitungwiza. We also have the issue of kutakurwa kwemarara, talking about Accountability Lab and Nayo Zimbabwe. They want to make sure that everyone plays his or her part in Chitungwiza. If you are a resident and you find out that there is a problem, what do you think should be done so that we can have a better place in Chitungwiza? So you as Chitungwiza Network, Chitungwiza Community Network Development, OS, I would want to know other challenges rather than in terms of from your ward where you come from, and also all the ones that you represent as an organization. How is the state of kutakurwa kwemarara? How is it in terms of sewer based and stuff? How is it there?
We as an organization, the Chitungwiza Community Development Network, working with other organizations in Chitungwiza under the umbrella of the Chitungwiza Multi-Stakeholders Forum, have been tracking service delivery performances in all the 25 wards of Chitungwiza. And I can confidently say that service delivery has deteriorated to the lowest level in 2021 this year, since we started checking it, I think 5 years back. Things are getting worse and worse in Chitungwiza. The best example would be the road network, which has become like an egg crate. It's bottle after bottle. You can't move your vehicle there. And all the vehicles in Chitungwiza, I think you can see them by the suspension, which is damaged. And we are surprised that the town clerk, when we met during budget, Ms. Machona, when we met during budget consultations, she confided in us that there are 60,000 regularized houses in Chitungwiza and another 43,000 unregularized houses. That is houses which do not appear on the town planning charts or maps. That is houses which are not paying anything towards council. And there was this plans to regularize these houses so that council can increase its revenue base, but it seems them is cut off. So I always allude to a hidden political hand behind Chitungwiza's problems. Why? Because this phenomenon of land barons, we investigated it and reported it numerous times to the ZRP. Then we escalated the issue to the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission, ZAC. And we even escalated the issue to PACO, that's another body fighting corruption. But it seems also they are being held back by this invisible political hand, because no prosecution has been done successfully on the individuals. But housing stands, as you speak right now, are being sold under the trees outside Chitungwiza municipality headquarters.
Wow. And I can see that Michael Arupisa. Yes, you need to intervene.
I'm from a banking background, and The 40,000 my colleague has alluded to being unregistered, if you do the mathematics of 1,000 RTGS a month, multiplied by 40,000 unregistered stands that are not paying to the council, you will see how much the council is prejudicing themselves from rates collection. So if they were really serious and honest about the service delivery, the money is there, but they are not willing. They are not willing, because if we do the maths, we can even go to do the 40,000 by 10 US. You'll see that's about 400,000 US dollars times 10 months. That's about 4 million. You can imagine how much it would go towards the service delivery, because the 40,000 stands that are not registered are also getting the same services which are being paid by the 60,000. So that's why if you do the maths, you'll see that against the 100,000 stands that are there, the 40,000 that are not paying, it means the council will always have a shortfall of the 40,000 that are not paying. And also to add on that, the council needs to, as a starting point, council needs to computerize. We are in 2021, the year of WhatsApp GB, WhatsApp WhatsApp, a lot of WhatsApps, a lot of technology. You can get a grade 5, you can operate a phone, a laptop, and everything. Council needs to be computerized. A lot of stories that come are caused by the manual record keeping that is happening at the town council. Unless they address that, we will always have issues pertaining to rates being paid, rates not being paid, others claiming a lot of things could be addressed by computerization. Yes.
Yeah, okay, let me get to you. We talked about corruption, and we talked about all sorts of things that are causing poor service delivery in Chitungwiza. So as a resident, you also talked about and stuff. And I understand that sometimes the young girls and the women are also the most people vanowanikwa kumabohos. Are there any challenges dzamakambonzwa mumaraini menyu kuti women are facing in terms of abuse nenyaya dzekuchera mvura kuma-water points?
Machallenges achaigwitsitsi vanhu vechidzimai ndo vanomukira kunochera mvura. Some places kune vari kuti mamarshals vanenge vachicontrola nekumonita uyu. Nyaya dzemasexual favors dzinobuda ikoko kana akaona wafarira anoti chitora bhaketi rako uise apapo. Saka kuexpose vana vedu vechisikana, kuexpose madzimai kuzvinhu zvakaita saizvozvi nekuti pane challenge iripo, saka vanhu vanenge vakaungana ikoko. Also tinonzwa kuti kunorwiwa.
Exactly.
Munhu arikuda kuenda kubasa umwe opindira nebhaketi, saka kuri kuitika zvakawanda. Kana pachicherwa mvura kudaro hapasi panonetsa kuti pachengetwe macovid protocols nekuti munhu pane pressure yekuti ndichere mvura ndiende kumba. Zvambotaurwa napana zvanzi situation yedu iri kuvhura mukana kuma-waterborne diseases. Vanhu vakaungana, mvura yedu haina kunyatsoita zvakanaka, yacho iri kubuda. Saka tine challenge hombe chaiyo ipapo sema-residents.
And then maybe before this one, it applies to all of you, the three of you. There's a person who said the central government is the main cause of this. And do you think, because when we talk to the councillors will always say is the central government, and when you talk to the government, they will say no, it's because of the sanctions. What do you think is the main cause? Is this because the council officials, the council by head office, they are ZANU-PF, and the councillors are MDC? Is there any need to sabotage, or what is really going on in Kokuya?
I wish to tell you this. The second republic is calling us Zimbabweans to own our problems. The council vis-a-vis the councillors and the admin are playing a blame game. They have been to their meetings, they are in touch, they really talk to each other. So for them to to point all those issues about politics. I
Kuda kuvhara isusu
I think us as residents, they are just putting us, yes, they are just putting us, that's a smoke screen to us. At the end of the day, Chitungwiza needs service delivery. We cannot talk about politics being mixed into, being intertwined into that conversation. That's a lie. Because the council itself and the council workers are not delivering. Vis-a-vis even the councillors themselves, they are not delivering.
vari kutiwo because vakanga varipo vaibasa
They are not delivering. People, unless we take a holistic approach on the issue of Chitungwiza and stop the blame game, the stories will always be. I've attended a lot of meetings about how Chitungwiza is bad, how Chitungwiza is doing this, but the major problem, what I've seen, is that people came into Chitungwiza to steal. Unless we address about issues to do with admin, people that run admin, normal, they don't stay in Chitungwiza. That's where the major problem comes from. They don't know about Rufaro, which is the mother body of sewage.
Exactly.
They don't even know. They have never come across that. Unless we address that, there will be issues to do. There will always be issues going forward. And our heading, I was just listening to my friend there was talking about balls. He spoke about balls in the public arena. There are people who now have their balls and who have turned into water barons. Do you know the drilling, the hype in drilling of balls is major centered in Chitungwiza? If you ask those that drill balls, they will tell you their clientele is mostly in Chitungwiza. In Chitungwiza, the moment someone has a personal ball, is selling water at 20 liters for 20 RTGS bond, or even dollar US for 7 buckets. So unless the people own up their problems, we'll always have issues. People must put Zimbabwe first before anything, rather than throwing in they are from this, they are from this. Executive mayor, even if an executive mayor comes with the current scenario, it doesn't help. Because there is a lot of polarization and a lot of thieving, or emanating from no record, proper records.
I want to go to the hour. And yes, over to you. Yeah.
Makanselas aya kana kwakuma meeting ndo pavanenge vachiti zano yazodai MDC yazodai, but vanhu havanogocha pamwe chete, vanonwa doro pamwe chete, tinovaona vachifamba pamwe chete. Dzimba dziri kunzi dziri hadzisi regularized. Hakuna munhu anongobuda mumba make achinovaka. Pandori nemari dzinobhadharwa, pandori nemunhu waari kutonoona kutosvikira anzi vaka boy sky iko zvinovaka main house. Mutengo unoti haugone kusimudza main house pasina kuvhurwa ma-access roads, pasina kuitwa chino, but tinotoona ma-main house achiita sei achisimuka. Pazviri kuitwa zvese izvi pane munhu aripo ari kupiwa mari akufambisa zvinhu zvese izvi. Kana zvazoita senge pane umwe asina kudya mari, popata kutanga kunzi zviri kuitwa neMDC, zviri kuitwa neZANU-PF. But vanhu ava vari kuzivana. Kana pari nechaos kusina system iri proper, there is room for corruption. Kutaura namukoma wangu, there is room for looting, there is room for munhu wese anotongodongorera otoona kuti hapana mabalances and checks, hapana audit, hapana pari kunzi papinda mari yakati pabuda mari yakati. Saka munhu wese angosvika pane mukana wemari akutonokora.
And over to you, Mukoma Admire.
Thank you, Titi. I beg to differ with my co-panelist here. The central government is usually to blame for the problems in Chitungwiza. They emanate mainly from the architecture of local governance in Chitungwiza. The way that the governance structure is set up in Chitungwiza disempowers the mayors and the elected councillors. Our elected representatives are reduced to like mere policy advisors who make recommendations to management. But this, let's look at who is in management. The management is headed by the town clerk and the chamber secretary and the heads of the departments. All these senior executives who are the key decision makers at Chitungwiza. They are employed by the local government board, which is headed by the Ministry of Local Government. So the mayor of Chitungwiza, who is currently Michael, or who was gifted recently and in the past, they are not masters in their own house. They can only advise or make policy recommendations to the town clerk, who is the executive and is the duty bearer and should be responsible for all the mess that is there. So we've got this funny situation where the elected representatives do not have the power to make and policy decisions and allocate funding and ensure that whatever the people demand is given to them. So that is the main problem that is happening in Chitungwiza. I've attended many full council meetings. I've attended also meetings between civic bodies and councillors and the mayor. And we were seated at the same table, and the mayor would be addressing the town clerk and telling him, for example, we demanded access to information, specifically governance-related information on Chitungwiza. That is information like income, how much income is coming from where, who is paying and who is not, what can we do to improve the budget performance of Chitungwiza, and also the expenditure. Where is the money that is going? Currently, workers are complaining that they are not being paid, yet 70 or 60% of the money is being said to go to paying workers. And you see that the 70 or 60% is being used to pay management, who are the same people we are talking about, who are elected, who are appointed, by the local government board and by the Minister of Local Government.
Okay, maybe I'll hold you for a minute and we just take a short break. Like I said before, today we have Chitungwiza Community Development Network, and we also have Chitrest and a resident from Chitungwiza. So yes, of course, we are discussing about the state of service delivery in Chitungwiza, and yes, they've pointed out that corruption is the main cause of poor service delivery in Chitungwiza. So yes, of course, we'll be back after this short break as we'll be talking about the solutions that can help us to make sure that Chitungwiza can be a better place. Thank you so much for joining us again here at Zoom Daily. And my name is Tsitsimashid. Like I said before, today we are talking about the state of service delivery in Chitungwiza. So yes, of course, before we start, we have this comment from Luke Chiripanyanga. He says, around the issue of housing, I see a lot of ZANU-PF members ndivo vaitengesera vanhu mastands mumawetlands. Tinotori nemazita avo atinotoziya, vanototidadira vachiti ZANU inobhadhara, tine mabenefits. I think what destroys Chitungwiza is politics dzedumbu. Yes, of course. Thank you so much, Luke. Thank you so much for such a comment. And I think, yes, before we get into it, I think Mangoshin's kutaura namukoma Luke. But I think I once heard stands and stuff happening in Chitungwiza. So I think as we talk about this, maybe let me start with you. What do you think can be good solutions for us to make sure that we have good service delivery in Chitungwiza in the next coming years?
Mumba tikwanise kuti tispende mari yatisina. Kanzuro kufunga kwangu starting point. Ngaiudze ma-residents kuti chichimbori mumba tine mari as a starting point. So us as Chitrest, we are saying the council must be audited. Tizive kuti zvii zviri kuitika nemari, uye mari iri kuendepi, imari ngani dziri kubatwa, kuitira kuti tizoziva kuti iyi yakazoenda kwakati, iyi yakazoenda kwakati. Nekuti mukasaziva mari yamunayo neyamuri kuwana pakupera kwemwedzi, zvechokwadi panoita mheremhere. Zvakafanana nemumba ukatambira mari ukaviga payslip ukasaba my boy, vanoramba vachingoda mari. Saka isiri kuti se starting point council ngaitiudze kuti zvo mari dzaya dziri kufamba sei, public accountability. Number 2, tikudawo kuti se council iite zveregularization yemastands 40,000 and they are going to kuwanda ngachiregularizwa mari iuye, then kekupedzisira todawo like zvimwe hatidi zvekuwanda kitchen cat and mouse zvinofanira kupera. Last year we had to talk now futi vada kuita budget consultation kungosara 2 days kuti budget riitwe. Ngavashedze vanhu vaonekwe kuti zviro vanhu vakontributa zvakati zvizoonekwa. Kusabhadhara kumwe kwacho kuri kukonzerwa nesuspicion yekuti mari yedu iri kumboendei.
Oh, thank you so much. And over to you, our beloved residents. What do you think can be done to make sure that Chitungwiza can also one day tinenge taane mvura, tinenge tisisino masewage? Because the fact that uchingosvika papolice paper wakutozwa kuti mweya uri kufema auchaita. Yes. And vakomana vanotochichinyira tanzi vasikana muchitungwiza avaite what. So yes, what do you think?
I think there are low hanging fruits. Participants is not going to be on council, irrespective of my differences that are zvataurwa panapa kuti Chitungwiza kuri kucherwa mabhozi akawanda sasere. Council haingambotadza kuita one drill rig yekuti ichere mabhozi panhu vawane mvura. Asi zvinhu zvinganetsa izvozvo kuti vangoti pamari shoma yavari kuti shoma yakoletwa patengwa drill rig recouncil richafamba richichera mvura mawadzi isa mabhozi for free. And utsvaga vanhu vanopota vachisevisa. Kune zvibhorani zvakacherwa zvimwe zvakangofa. Asi zvinhu zvinofanira zvichinetsa izvozvo. Mapotholes aya anovharika, gravel ririko. Tinoziva kuti kunotengeswa gravel nemari shoma ecouncil. So havangambotadza kutora gravel vachiuya vachivhara marodzi.
Thank you.
Zvazvakaita ndezvekuti tingati MDC, tingati ZANU-PF. But munhu ari kutsika sewage haana
zita repati,
haana chidimbo chepati. Munhu ari kusangana nemvura yegreen munhu wese. So vanotungamira dai vagona kuita fine each other because vanhu vacho vari kurepresent isi kusangana nemachallenges.
Thank you so much. And over to you, Nkoma Admire.
Thank you, Titi. Before we went to the break, you cut me off before I finished. I was at a meeting with the town clerk and the mayor, Michael, and Miss Machona. And the mayor would give order to the town clerk while here. We demanded access to information, like I was saying. We want information on income and expenditure. The mayor ordered the TC to give us as civic bodies, as resident associations, this information. And we could see the TC taking notes. And that was about 6 months ago. And we are yet to receive this information. And in July last year, the government enacted the Freedom of Information Bill, which was signed into law by President Ejim Nangagwa, which says that we residents or citizens of Zimbabwe have full access to information held by public bodies like councils, like Chitungwiza municipality. We have wrote many requests for information as CCDL, as the Chitungwiza Most Stakeholders Forum, to Chitungwiza municipality demanding this information, because this information is key for accountability. If you want to hold anybody accountable, you must have the information. And also public access to information deters corruption. If somebody knows that this information that is tinkering on with or the funds that is embezzling will be made public, you will be discouraged from stealing public funds.
Yes. Yeah.
So as a way forward, what we are demanding as residents of Chitungwiza, as civic bodies, is access to municipal information, specifically the income and the expenditure, what has been bought, what has been used, which money is coming. Because we hear that there are billboards in Chitungwiza, but there's no account that reflects that those billboards are paid. The last time we checked a budget from Chitungwiza, we saw a shocking budget line that said a refuse truck tire, one tire, was bought for $2,000. We all use cars, buses, we all know trucks and tires. But to buy one tire for the refuse truck, which uses 6 tires, and buy one tire for $2,000, I think that's embezzlement, that's fraud of the highest order. So the panacea or the solution to all the problems to Chitungwiza is increased citizen participation and engagement with council. Citizens must stand up and demand to know this information, what is happening specifically in council. And we advised to the municipality that they must not hold those full council meetings
Information.
in that small chamber, which was made or designed as a classroom and fits only 30 or 40 people. They must renovate and refurbish council halls like St. Mary's Hall, Unity L Hall, and hold these full council minutes and invite residents to attend so that the residents can hear what their representatives are saying, so that the residents can judge if their representatives are worthy of being re-elected or they should not be re-elected.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Comrade Maya. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. And thank you so much, family, everybody, for joining us today. We're talking about the state of service delivery in Chitungwiza. And yes, of course, as you heard from the three of them talking about corruption, we need Chitungwiza to be accountable. Chitungwiza Council should be accountable and should not hold information, because it is the right of every citizen from Zimbabwe to get access to information of the funds and everything that happens within the council, and make sure that our Chitungwiza can be a better place some other day. We need to make sure that as residents as well, we be responsible for our community, and all civic organizations should work together with the community to make sure that we have good results for Chitungwiza. And from me, Tsitsi Mashid, thank you so much, National Association of Youth Organization, Nayo Zimbabwe, for this great opportunity, and Accountability Lab for giving us this time to talk about the issues Chitungwiza is facing. And for sure, we'll be coming back next week to hear from more. We need to know from the councillors as well. We need to know from Chitungwiza Council, so that we make sure that Chitungwiza can have a better service delivery in the coming years. Thank you so much for joining us here at Zimbabwe Daily. Continue to follow us and like our page. Make sure that you share this program with somebody and stand a chance to win a cup of tea, because we are in the winter. Thank you so much, family. Goodbye, everyone.